Guys, how you going? So today on BKRsport, we are back again for another one of these NRL drafts. We're doing all 17 teams, which is going to be a great time. We've done so many so far. We've got plenty more to go as well. Like I said, all 17 teams. So it's going to be a damn well good time. And obviously, we do it alongside content creators. We'll get into the rules in a little bit, but I do need to introduce you guys to the Dragons fan that we do want to have on here. Obviously, like I said, we try to get content creators on that support the team because, as you guys know, I am a Titans fan. I am not, well, to be fair, I have a decent amount of knowledge around all the teams, but with that being said, it's good to have someone from the team because they know, their history, what they're about, and all that type of stuff. So, and then they can tell me if I've been a Muppet or not, you know what I'm saying? Because we need it. We need it. We're Muppet more often than not. But anyway, we do have a Trademark Sports here. How are we doing, champion?
Not too bad. How are you, mate?
Mate, hot on the Gold Coast. That is the answer to that question, and that is the only answer to that question, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, exactly right. But obviously, you're a Dragons fan, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself and, how you became a Dragons fan and what you do for content.
Right, so how I became a Dragons fan. So I grew up on the south coast of the Illawarra, so Wollongong area, and most people sort of follow their dad's path of like who they go for and whatnot, but I didn't. I actually followed my grandmother's. She was a massive Illawarra Steelers fan, and being from the area, local team, had to get around them. Unfortunately, haven't had that much success. It's been pretty dire the last few years, but
I know the feeling.
Yeah, you got to take.
Still had more success than we have, man. 2010, that was our actual most succцessful year as well, actually, because we got to the preliminary final. But
yeah,
well, I know the feeling.
Yeah, it's been tough. And then my type of content, just basically everything footy. Do a lot of stuff on TikToks where I'm like got my most followers and whatnot, but like Instagram as well, YouTube. Keep an eye out for that. Hopefully next year, fingers crossed, I'll be a lot more consistent over there. But yeah, at the moment, like doing like a best 17s for each club for like next season kind of series and that sort of thing. Like bit of news, just bit of fantasy stuff, just bit of fun, really.
Mate, that's what you got to do. It is all just about a bit of fun. It is difficult, though, doing YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram because, like, TikTok and Instagram is a lot quicker and easier to kind of put together videos. But with YouTube, it's like more of a production kind of deal. So,
absolutely.
It's quite difficult to maintain it. Like, obviously, my main is YouTube, but the TikTok and Instagram kind of goes, a little bit less because of the fact that it's just you're so focused on YouTube. So, yeah, it's a difficult task, but we keep cracking on, man. But I think you were saying as well, your dad's a Manly fan, just like mine, isn't he?
Yes, he is a Manly fan. So there was a few times growing up where I was watching it because it's like 08, 11, like making grand finals and all this. I was like, why am I a Dragons fan? But hey, it's pretty similar these days, so.
Mate, as a young bloke watching your dad's team win 40-0 in the grand final, you'd have been like, "Oh my god, why did I do this?" And don't worry, because that was me. That was me. So, I'm from the Gold Coast, love the Gold Coast. But I think it's time we get into this Dragons draft, man. So obviously, guys, if you haven't watched any of this series so far, like I said, we're doing all 17 teams. We're doing a snake draft, so whoever goes first will then go fourth. Whoever goes second will get second and third, and vice versa. We have done the We'll Decide beforehand, and it is not me, again, which is beautiful here. We do have Trademark Sports going number 1 in the draft. So he will get first pick. Now, a couple of things. This is Illawarra, Dragons, St George Illawarra Dragons, literally everything. Don't take it too seriously, guys. Like, obviously, it's a bit of fun. It's our perspective. At the end of the day, if you're an older generation fan who watches the 1960s and 70s and whatnot, that's great. We appreciate that. But some of your favorite players may not get selected. And then also, if you're a younger generation, if you hear an older player, it's because they're damn well good. It's because we've done our research, or we just know based off of the fact that they're probably, an immortal or something like that, because there's a couple of years. So, just comment below in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. That's great. Obviously, we'll put a post up on Instagram, whatnot, that you can vote on as well later on. And what else do I need to say? Anything? Oh, once a player gets selected, obviously the other person cannot select them. But all right. We're up. We're ready. You got pick number 1. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Give me who you got. Who you got?
So obviously, I am a younger bloke, and I have very fond memories of the 2010 team. So it's probably going to be a fair few players that I would like to pick anyway from that team. Don't take that into account too much. But as you said, there are so many immortals and just great old players and stuff. So I think you got to take an immortal first up. His name's just screaming at me. Graham Langlands is my first pick.
So before this started, I said, that's the person going on one. I know who you're taking, and it is Graham Langlands. I knew it was going to be Graham Langlands, man, because that's exactly who I would have gone, bro. So
yeah,
he goes straight into that one.
Pretty handy.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad player, that's for sure. He wasn't a bad player. All right, well, I'm going to go into my forwards here because there's a couple of big boppers here that I'm going to have to lock down. I usually do like to start with the spine, but I'm going to take Norm Proven and I'm going to chuck him into the back row. I think that just needs to be done. Big Norm. There we go. Chuck him into my number 11. And then my next one. Oh, where do I go with my next one here? You know what? I'm going to go into my lock and I'm going to take Johnny Raper.
Damn it.
Big Johnny, mate. It's coming, son.
It was coming. Slap. That's what, as you were saying as well, it's almost not an advantage to go first because now you've just taken 2 Immortals off the board.
See how it goes, man. But with that being said, you got Graham Langlands, which is a good start at the back.
Yeah. So,
you're up.
As you said, like you like to feel that from your spine, but I might snap up some outside backs here. It's a very famous last name in the Dragon circles. So the last Immortal, I believe, anyway, that we got sitting here is Reg Gasnier. I'll take him off the board.
Oh, gee whiz. Yeah.
And then I'll take one of my favourite players to watch growing up, old Marky Gasnier.
Oh, he's gone the double. Yeah, I was
double
thinking,
Gaz.
Yeah,
double Gaz in the centres.
I was like, gee whiz. Yeah, that's a pretty good centre pairing, man. Can't lie. Oh, he's gone the double. Usually you don't find that the like centers and stuff like that, they usually go a little bit later, but I think that's pretty good just to get those 2 guys because they are the top 2 in my opinion. There is still some good options, but they are the top 2. All right. Now there is I might lock down a front rower here. Yeah, I might lock down a front rower who actually can play in multiple positions, but I'm going to take Craig Young. I'm going to take
that was
Craig
the next
Young.
one.
Yeah, that's an absolute bopper. He knows what he's doing, and if you want to punch on, I tell you, he'll be first one in. He'll be first one in. So Craig Young, he'll go into my 8, and then there's a guy who's played a lot of positions in forwards as well. I'm not even looking at anything else except for forwards right now. Maybe I should actually have a look at elsewhere. You know what? Because you've still got a 14. I'm going to take Darius Boyd as my fullback, just in case. I don't want you to take the 14.
Fullback.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you have done that? Like, would you have thought about putting him in the 14?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually going to put him somewhere else. I was thinking about taking him as a wing.
Well, you can't do that. Don't even think about him now. All right? Don't even think about it.
Yeah, he's gone. He's
gone, mate. He's gone.
But
you're up.
What we're going to do is fill out the spine a little bit here. I think I got to go. Probably my favorite player from the 2010 team was a bit of an idol growing up. Jamie Soward in the 6.
Yep, had Jamie on a podcast on BK before. He's a good bloke.
Yeah, he's a good bloke. He is a good bloke. Yeah, our NRLW coach at the moment. Unfortunately, the girls aren't doing too well, but we'll get there. I can't relate.
Sorry, I can't relate in regards to girls not doing too well.
Well, at least one team's gone good for you, jeez.
Yeah. Please let us take it, man. All right, you're up.
Yeah. Moving forward, I'm going to take a hooker. I'm going to take Ken Kearney or Kearney from the all-time Dragons team. I think he made the team of the century in the 9 spot. He's just phenomenal footballer. I'll snap him up.
Yep, Ken Kearney. I did have him at the top of my my hooker list, so that is sneaky there. All right. Now, you don't have a halfback yet, so I'm not going to let you take the guy that is on top of my halfback board. Now, where this is on top of your halfback board, I don't know, but I'm taking Benny Hornby here. I'm going to chuck him into my halfback spot.
He was on top of my halfback board. Captain Benny.
Yeah, Ben Hornby. What a bloke. All right, so that's my halfback, and now I've still got another spot here. The thing is, right, and I know you know this too, the wingers, there's so many wingers. Like there's
stacked.
It doesn't matter when I go for the wingers realistically, because that's just ridiculous. They've got so many. All right, I'll go back into... Yeah, I'm going to get back into my front row. I'm going to take Jason Riles. I'm going to take Big Jason.
Good pick.
Alongside Craig Young. I think that's a pretty solid front row pairing. All right, you're up.
Okay, so I'll snap up my halfback now. I'll take Slippery Morris, Steve Morris. I think being from Kiama, he played for I don't think he played for Kiama necessarily, but his twin sons and everything from Kiama, like it's that South Coast residence there. So I'll take Slippery, and then I probably should start building a forward pack here. So your front rowers are done. So I'm not
Still
too
got a
worried about
bench
taking a
though.
front rower. That is true. That is true. Still got a bench. Hmm. Hmm. My
Blake
second
Lawrie.
row. Oh, love him, but all time, don't know.
Hopeful.
Maybe by the time he retires, but okay. I'm gonna take a second rower. Give me Benjamin Cray.
Benny Cray. Yeah.
Oh,
I do have him on my board, but I actually had him as my third. So I had Norm Proven, obviously, as number one,
yep.
but I did have someone above him, and I'm going to take him right now because I got Norman Proven. So Ben Cray. Ben Cray Ben Cray also was the one who ran away from Hodges in Origin, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I think every
Come
time
on.
his name gets brought up, everyone thinks about it.
No. We know him for the Anzac Day winning try. Come on. We don't know him for
He was very good. He was a very good player. But I'm
the
going to
most
take
unathletic looking player of all time, I think.
Yep. But I'm going to take Rocket Ready. I'm going to take Roddy
Yeah.
Ready here. The big rocket. Also, if you don't know, on the screen there comes up with stats and stuff for the players that get selected. So if there's a player that is like one of the older guys, for both of us, it'll come up with stats and whatnot. But all right. So Roddy Ready, Rocket. He goes. Oh, I just put him. I've done this on multiple drafts, man. I put him on the wrong side. I put him on your side. You can't have him, mate. Leave him out. Rod Ready, back row. Well, centers I don't actually have to think about because I definitely don't think about centers. And you've still got no front row. So I'm going to take another absolute baller here. And a guy who also played for the Titans. And I'm going to take Big Luke.
Oh,
I'm going to
Luke Bailey.
Big Luke Bailey, mate. That is
another Group 7 legend.
Oh, my goodness me. What a guy. Played for the Titans, played for the Dragons. They have to do it. He's on my bench.
Fantastic player.
Mm.
Okay. I might. Oh, I don't know what direction to take now. Here we go. Okay. You know what? I'll fill out my second row and my lock. We'll take Frankie Burge off the board. Didn't do that much for the Dragons as a player, but was a phenomenal coach for the Dragons.
So where are you putting him? Back row or bench?
Back row.
Oh, back row. Yeah.
Yep. And then my lock, I'm going to take Brad Mackay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Brad Mackay is a good solid player there. Brad Mackay. All right, there we go. Mate, he's gone to the forwards because he's scared that he can see that my forwards are all bloody done pretty much, except for the bench. So he's and the thing is, right, is that you still don't have a front row forward. I could go back into.
He's just got to stitch me up here,
mate. I could go back in. I could have like a 2 front row, 1 back row kind of bench with a utility. If I wanted to do that, you know what? I'm actually going to take, for me, the best winger off the board. I'm taking Brett Morris. I loved Brett Morris.
Bit of BMOS.
He played great everywhere he was, man. He just was that guy.
Sensational footballer.
Absolutely. All right, Brett Morris on my wing.
Yep.
You're up.
Am I? Oh, yes, because you... Wait, who else did you take? Did you take Brett Morris and
Luke Bailey, didn't I?
That's right. Yes.
If you want me to have another selection right now,
No. That's okay.
I'll just take another front row forward if I did that.
It's fine. I'll take my front row forward. Michael Wayman. Thank you very much.
That was exactly who I was going to do as well, bro. That's straight up. Yeah.
Just get him. Bring him over. We desperately need someone there. And then I will take my first winger. I'll take Nathan Blacklock.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, 100%. Nathan Blacklock. He was a real speedster as well, wasn't he? He was like the original Josh Adokar.
Yeah, just like sensation. Just like flipping all over the place too. Like had the backflip going.
He was around during the Mundane days as well, wasn't he?
Yes, I believe he played in the 99 grand final.
99, yeah. All right. I'm actually pretty happy because actually I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say this because then you would know exactly who I'm talking about. Because listen, I can't give any hints to Dragons fans on a Dragons draft. All right. Well, I should probably think about my 9 before you decide to take him. And this guy he played lock, he played hooker, he played front row, and he played second row. But in the 9, I had him second best behind Kenny Kearney, and that's Dean Young. Dean Young into the number 9. I have to do it because I 100%. If I had got Ken Kearney, I would have put Dean Young as my 14. But
Yes,
all
I
right.
was definitely considering that just then.
Well, don't even consider it anymore, son. Don't even do it. Don't even think about him. All right, so there's Dean Young gone, and I got one more spot here. All right, well, that just shows me that you're thinking about your 14 right this very second.
Am I though?
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe you could be playing mind games with me. You've still got another wing spot there. I'm going to take Jason Nightingale. I'm going to take him.
Okay.
He's one of the first players that I ever had as an interview. Actually, I think he was the first player I ever interviewed that wasn't a Titan on my vlogs.
From everything I've heard, never actually met the bloke, but from everything I've heard, great guy. One of the good guys at rugby league. So
yeah, well, he's on my team. There we go, Jason Nightingale. Bang, you're up for 2 spots.
I'm going to fill out my forward pack, my starting forward pack anyway, at least. We'll take Billy Wilson as the other prop, another all-timer.
But you don't have anything. You don't have someone to cook the barbecue right now. The barbecue. You don't have it. Paul Vaughan's there if you'd like.
No, thank you. He ruined my club single-handedly through a barbecue.
Hey, listen, but it was a rockin' barbecue, mate. It was so good. There were people hiding under the bed. Yeah. Yeah.
As a 14, I'm going to take Trent Barrett, I think.
Oh, that is a good selection. That is a very good selection.
Play 6, play 13, like just a big body. I reckon, like he's this kind of guy. He could play anywhere if you wanted him to.
Yep, I like it. I as you've said that, I was actually struggling for a 14, and I think that's probably the best selection there. But I have thought of one for later, which I think you will enjoy. To be honest with you, so we've still got a bench here. Oh, okay. So I've still got my bench. I've got. You don't have any bench front rowers here. I'm going to go Big Dan Hunt and put him onto my bench.
Oh,
Bopper.
Love that.
Bopper.
Love that. That's a huge pick.
Mate, him and Luke Bailey off the bench. Gee whiz. That's scary.
Dan Hunt was unbelievable. One Achilles injury and it killed him. But,
yeah, when he was in his days, though, oh my goodness, man. Yeah, he was a rock star. All right, I got one more selection here, and there's two. There's no, I don't even need to think about my 5 up. There's 2 selections there, and I'm going to give you a hint. Brian Clay and Anthony Mundine. I'm thinking about the old Chocker. I'm thinking about Chocker, but I'm going to leave that spot for right this very second. Back row. Oh, Dean Young's already gone. Let's get rid of him. He's already on the team. I would actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Tyson Frizzell. I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Another all-timer. Fantastic player. Good pick.
I know he's at the Knights now, but I actually mainly remember him for his Dragons days.
Yeah. Although the Dragons have sucked the last, 10 years, I swear we've just had great back rowers nearly that whole time.
Yeah, 100%.
Back in the day, having Frizzell, even a Joel Thompson on the back row too. Oh,
you were probably trying to get Dave Fafita from us at one stage with the Ben Hunt saga. So,
yes. We just love good back rowers. Don't need anything else. Just give us some good back rowers.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, you got 2 picks, and you've still got your wing, 3 bench spots, and coach.
Yes. So wing, I'll take that off the board. Rod Wishart. Now, people might think, well, what? Obviously, there's a lot of other good wing spots, like wingers available and stuff, but he's one of the all-time just Blues players in general. And I have a bit of personal bias. Coached me when I was playing 18s over at Gerringong. So,
you've got to do it then. You've got to take it.
Got to do it. And then I will take a bench front rower. Don't worry, guys. I will take a bench front rower. Neville Costigan.
Neville Costigan. Yeah. Yeah, he had some bloody good days. Neville Costigan. He was just a nobody, just did it what he needed to do. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Nonsense. Yeah, no nonsense. Neville Costigan. Who else did he play for? He played for another team, didn't he, as well?
Broncos for a while, I believe. Then you want to comp there, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. For some reason, I'm getting Knights. I could be wrong, though.
Canberra? Is he...
Maybe. Guys in the comment section, let us know. Or on the screen, it's probably going to come up anyway. So there you go. All right. So I still got my centres, 5'8", 14, and coach. All right. So I will go into my centres, and I'll take Matty Cooper. I'll take the big Matt Cooper. I loved him growing up as well.
One of the best defensive centres of all time.
Because fun fact for you, I was actually born in Cogra, at Cogra Hospital. My mum and dad only lived there for 2 weeks before they moved to Brisbane when I was 2 weeks old. But I was born in Cogra Oval, so
There you go.
basically at Cogra Oval that hospital is. So
Yeah.
um,
Shame it's a crap ground.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of
Nah.
Jubilee. It's Jubilee, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because Win is the other one. Yeah, Jubilee is the one there. Yeah. All right. So Matty Cooper. And I'm leaving the coach till late because I actually don't mind who I get out of the two guys that I've got. So I'm feeling you can take whoever you want there. To be honest with you, I'll go into the centers again, and I'm going to take Mark Coyne. Yeah, I'll take Mark Coyne. Yeah,
great pick. That's good.
Matt Cooper. I have the top four centers. You took two, and you took the top two for mine, and then I've taken the next two. Like I think that we've got it spot on there in the centers.
Pretty much. I think I'd agree with that.
All right, you're up.
I will continue to finish. I'll take one bench player, and I'll take my coach. Now I'll take another front rower on the bench. Now this one, he didn't do his best work at the Dragons, but I'm thinking of this guy more in an all-time kind of standpoint. One of the best front rowers Australia and England have ever seen. I'm going to take James Graham as a bench front rower there.
James Graham is still an absolute tough. Like obviously we look mainly at what they did at the Dragons, but with that being said, at the Dragons he still was a tough player, man. You know, he still did what he needed to do and
he
was
definitely
a good leader.
helped us in some dark times. I think
without
him we would have lost a lot of games by a lot more.
Dude, I find that in the forward section, man. Like in the forwards, even if it's the tough times, that's when the big time forwards actually come out and kind of get you through that time. Yeah.
That's it. And then my coach,
Anthony Griffin.
Come on, bit of respect, please. As I said at the start, younger fella, very fond memories of the 2010 team. The only premiership I've seen my team win. The coach was Wayne Bennett.
Yeah,
snap him up.
Yeah, I like it. Wayne Bennett as the coach. I bet you there's going to be some older generation fans going, "No way! How have you gone, Wayne Bennett?" But Wayne Bennett, when he was at the Dragons, man, he obviously coached in 2010, and they're a very solid team, a very, very good team.
It was also 3 minor premierships in a row, so that was
exactly right. Too. Exactly right. All right, so I've got coach 14 and 6. I'm going to take Anthony Mundine, and I'm going to chuck him into my 6 here. The big shock. Which is going to fill his ego, which he does love, the old ego push there, Anthony Mundine. So there we go. He'll go into the 6. And I'm going to leave my last pick here after this as a surprise. So I'm going to go with my coach here. I'm going to take Ken Kearney, which is funny because you have Ken Kearney as your number 9. Yeah.
Yes.
Which actually happened in the Rabbitohs draft that I did with the Cast Patrol. They got Clive, as in Clive Churchill, and I got Clive as my coach.
Yeah.
So it's happened again. Sue me. All right, you've got one pick.
Yes, I've got one bench spot, if I'm correct.
Yep.
And I'm going to take Monty Porter, 6 grand final wins, one of the all-timers. So Monty Porter is my 17 there.
I love it. Monty Porter into the 17. You're done. My 14. I'm going to take Benjamin Hunt. I'm taking Benny Hunt. Yeah. I'm taking him as the 14.
If I wasn't off the bloke for just being maybe the worst captain of all time, then he would have made my team.
maybe I shouldn't have gone Ben Hunt because Dragons fans are probably booing me as we currently speak.
I can just feel the anger swelling up inside me.
Hey, free Ben Hunt, man. You know, there's a couple of teams, don't know who. There's a couple of teams that have thrown their their hands up saying, look, maybe he could come here. But
hey, I'll take Keanu and Tino off you.
Don't even think.
All your fullbacks are beefing. All your fullbacks they all hate each other. So
here we go again. Oh my god. We'll
sort the problem out for you. We'll just take it.
Here's the staff writers at it again, with the beef. But there we go, guys. We have done our 2 teams. Obviously, Trademark, go through your 1 through 17 plus coach and let us know your thoughts.
So, fullback, Graham Langlands. On the wings, Nathan Blacklock, Rod Wishart. Centers, Reg and Mark Gasnier. Then you got 5'8", Jamie Soward. Halfback, Steve Morris. Front row, Michael Wayman, Billy Wilson. Hooker, Ken Kearney. Second row of Ben Cray and Frank Burge. My lock is Brad Mackay. Moving on my 14 of Trent Barrett. Front rows on the bench, Neville Costigan and also James Graham. And then Monty Porter finishing off the 17, coached by Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah, I think that back line is just dangerous, man. I love that partnership of Gasnier and Gasnier with Rod Wishart and Blacklock. And then Langlands. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think your back line beats out my back line, but I think my forwards beat
I
out
think
your
your forward
forwards.
pack destroys mine. Like,
It's going to be interesting to see how people vote, to be honest with you. But I'll go through my team. So as my fullback, I've got Darius Boyd. You go into the wings, you got Brett Morris and Jason Nightingale. So my back line's looking really new right now, not really kind of the older generation. But then we get Matty Cooper, and then we get Mark Coyne in the centres. The 5'8", the big chalk, Anthony Mundine, alongside Benny Hornby as the halfback. You go on the front row, Craig Young and Jason Riles, big boppers there. And then Dean Young goes into that number 9. You go to the back row, Norm Proven, we all know him, and Big Rod Rocket Ready there, the back row, with Johnny Raper as the 13. You go on to the 14, Ben Hunt, love that, with the bench being Luke Bailey, Dan Hunt, and Tyson Frizzell, with the coach being Ken Kearney. So, yeah, I think we've got pretty even teams. Like I said, your back line beats out mine, but I think
I think that second row and lock combo for you is just sensational. That's
yeah, that's dangerous. I'm just staring. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Then imagine Lukey Bailey and Dan Hunt coming at you after about 20, 30 minutes, just saying.
After Craig Young has just absolutely annihilated your whole forward pack.
Exactly right.
He's taken souls.
a couple of players here that I'll go through that unlucky to miss out. I think Peggy Riddell, Mark Riddell is another one that obviously didn't get a shout. Steve Edge is also, who's actually across a couple of teams. Luke Patton as well played a bit of fullback for the Dragons. Eddie Lumsden, Johnny King, big Wendell Saylor. I can't believe he hasn't got a crack here, but I do get it though. Like he's probably. I had Eddie Lumsden and Johnny King above him, to be fair. But with that being said, like Wendell Saylor was an absolute baller.
So I was saying before that the wing spot is just stacked at the Dragons.
Yeah, like absolutely.
In an all-time draft, it's ridiculous.
I tell you what, another big player here, Trent Merrin. I thought he did a great job for the Dragons.
I did consider him for my bench, but went a different direction. But yes, I did consider him.
You know what? I even had as my... So I had Johnny Raper as number 1 lock. Number 2 was Dean Young. But the number 3, I actually had Jack DeBellin there. I had Jack DeBellin as my...
Yeah. He's been, like, especially at the moment too, he's been a stalwart for the Dragons. Like, without him, again, I was saying about James Graham before, without him, we're getting pumped.
Mate, I love Jack DeBellin. I just think that... And this is with all due respect, I think that the off-field stuff that obviously we're not going to talk about, I think that unfortunately hinders people's thought process on how good he actually is as a player.
Well, he was in the Blues team.
Like,
and that's when we were winning. Like, we won 2 State of Origins in a row with him there coming off the bench. Like,
no, those
he
are
was
yes,
one of, if yes,
those are yes he is with New South Wales, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Bo Scott, another one. That could have gotten a shout. There. And I remember I did a Dragons draft with, I think, Roasty about 3 years ago, because he's a Dragons fan as well. Yep. And he selected Lance Thompson, the big Lance.
Yeah.
The cold hero.
Great player. Yeah.
Cold
awesome.
hero. Yeah, exactly right. All right, guys. Well, there we go. We've done our 2 teams, and yeah, I think this is going to be super interesting to see how people vote. You know, I actually don't know how people are going to vote here, because I like so much of your team, and I also like so much of my team. But yeah, guys, obviously go into the comment section. Let us know what your thoughts were. Obviously, as well, another thing, do know when you're on the spot, it's a lot more difficult than I remember last time. We did it ages ago. People were like, "Oh man, we've done this. It's such a stupid pick." And it's like, well, no. When you're on the spot, man, you know, like, did you realize how much more difficult it was?
Oh, absolutely. And like when you're looking at your list of all the players you go, oh yeah, cool. Like I'm thinking out of my head, I'm gonna go this player, this player, this player. And it's your turn. You take 2 of them, like guys, I'm gonna go. You're like, okay, right.
Well, when I do my list, right, so I'll show it here, because I don't even think I've shown people how I do it before. Like, I'll have like this whole list. So I'll have 5 fullbacks, like 8 centers, 4 hookers, all that type of stuff. So I have a whole heap of options just there. So I'm looking at all these players, and it's just like a blur to me at some point.
Yeah.
Because I need to do it as considering I'm not actually a fan of the team. But yeah, there's just so many players, and you're freaking out.
And especially you got to play like a club that's been around since 1921 or something ridiculous like that. Like there's been so many players that have played for the St George Illawarra like collective. It's stupid.
Yeah, the Rabbitohs were the same, bro. That was such a hard one to do.
Yeah. And even like the Roosters, I'm not sure if you've done them yet, but like they'd have 1 million as well. There'd be so many players there. We
did the Roosters with Hainsey and the Rabbitohs with Carr. So the Titans, obviously, 1, it's easy because I know the boys, but also 2, It's easy because they're only around for 16 years.
Yeah.
So that one was quite an easy one, but like these ones, you got to go back through so many years and whatnot, and even the Bulldogs and stuff. That's gonna go back to like the 1940s and all that sort of stuff.
Because they've had crazy play, like they've been winning comps for like, and then Manly, they've had like a grand final in the last 5 decades or something ridiculous. So they've got stupid amount of good players too.
Mate, we're both regretting not being Manly. Well, I'm not regretting not being a Manly fan, but with considering both our dads are Manly fans, we probably wish that we had chosen them at this point.
I'll stick by him.
We're going to see
good times are coming soon, please. Shane, please.
There was so much conviction behind that, man. I love it. I love it. But there we go, guys. Obviously, Trademark, appreciate you for coming on. Let everyone know where they can find you.
All right. So just Trademark Sports across all platforms. Sometimes a couple S's, underscore here or there. But if you see like the Miami Vice colors with Trademark Sports, that's me.
Yeah, all the links for Trademark will be in the description below. And you're going to be involved in the charity event coming up soon as well?
Absolutely. Hopefully, Sports Shed. Well, whoever's drafting, put me in 9, please. Please.
Put him in 9. All right.
Or a 13. But just get me in the middle, please.
All right. We'll chuck him on the wing.
But if I'm against Nilso and you watch this, don't run at me.
Mate, he's a big man. Like, if I'm taking a draft, I'm taking Nilso and I'm chucking him straight into my front row, man. Like, he is. Yeah, he's an absolute bopper. But yeah, guys, really looking forward to that one. So obviously, that charity event.
Great day out.
I think February 3rd is the date they've given us, man. I'm not too sure when this is coming out for you guys.
So hot.
Oh yeah. That's what I got commentary, man. So because my ankles, I'll be on the commentary. I'll have like hopefully with olives being fed into me and also fans and stuff like that. Hopefully beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But look, it should be good, guys. So if it's out by now, I'll put the tickets in the description below as well. Obviously, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Like I said, doing all 17 teams. So it is a fun series and get around it. But I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.